question is just to introduce yourself, your name, what do you do, why you on Tinder.
All right. Hi, I'm Pranav. I am a hotelier. I work for Lebua, and I've been in Thailand for the past year and 9 months so far. Why I'm on Tinder? Well, a friend recommended Tinder to me, saying that it's a good way to socialize. It's a good way to meet people. It's not necessarily, the place to, always go there to hook up or something like that. But Tinder was initially made for such purposes. But I found it pretty entertaining to a certain extent, where I went out to meet a lot of people. I met a lot of friends. I made a lot of good friends along the way. So yeah, that's predominantly why I'm on Tinder, is just to socialize, to get to meet people.
How old are you?
I'm 23.
And do you have a profile which is open to guys and girls, or just girls?
It's just girls.
So what would you look in a partner if you were serious about dating someone?
Well, to be honest, I wouldn't look for anyone serious over Tinder. I mean, you don't look for someone who's serious on Tinder. I've had friends that have actually gone out and have a relationship with someone over Tinder. I don't think it's adequate enough to find someone serious. But if I had to, given the option, well, it really depends, because you need to eventually grow over time. You need to start learning you need to learn the other person. You need to adapt as well. And it takes time, because Tinder is not the place you can trust someone, that freely, that openly. Because I feel Tinder is just get to know one another, and then how things start off from being friends, and then you get on to being close friends, and then you can see if you've got that trust built up, and then you can go on to getting into a relationship. That's what I presume that could happen. But I don't believe that it's the best place to get into a long-term relationship with someone.
Can you sit back a bit?
Sure.
Because the face gets cut.
All right, so.
Do you have a pickup line if you were to meet someone, not only on Tinder but randomly, like on the street?
Yeah, well, that wasn't ever the problem for me, because when I was at Disney, that kind of helped me in a way, because the American culture is very open. So I actually managed to get out of my way to, interact with someone, even if it's at the bus stop, to anywhere at the shop or anything as such. So I think besides Tinder, I've never had the issue of interacting with someone.
What would be your ideal line to, like, if you were attracted to a girl on the street, how would you get her attention?
Well, I don't necessarily have a pickup line as such, but it would be depending on the situation. I mean, if someone's looking into something, I would recommend something. I would like, do you need any recommendations or something, and start off a conversation. Or if someone's needing help, just pitch in my opinion or something as such. There's no pickup line that I have. That's why on Tinder as well, right now, I have kind of a pickup line. And that's why I say it's not the best of it, but if it works, it works.
What is it?
It's what was it? Let me just read it out to you. I don't fucking remember. I wrote that a while back.
Did you send it to me as well?
Nah, it's on my bio. It's on my bio. I don't hit off a conversation with a pickup line. I don't do that. Alright, you can't be a bad girl because you've got good written all over you. Not the best of the pickup lines, but if it works, swipe right. So yeah, I don't usually do that.
You need to get someone's attention.
Yeah.
What was your job at Disney? Was it selling? Sales?
When I was at Disney, I was at merchandise. To sell a lot of goods and stuffed toys to everything.
Do you transfer that skill of marketing to your daily
Well,
life?
when it comes to my job, it's more on a sales base. Marketing is completely different. You got to think out of the box. You got to you have to think differently as to what your competitors think. One of the reasons why I've chosen marketing is purely because I did my IB, I did my international baccalaureate program, and there they taught me how to think out of the box. You know, if there's not only one option, there's several other options that you can look into. Look at what your competitors do. Think about how you can do something different. So coming up with ideas, coming up with strategies that can help.
What about the sales background? Do you use that in interacting with people?
Sales background was it's a big confidence boost, I could say. It helps you be more proactive. It helps you get out of your way, go and meet people. That I could say that helped me in a way, but having to use that for Tinder, well, it just starts off from a conversation. So, you know, if that person's interested in you as much as you're interested in the other person, then you can see where things are going. But then if not, then it's not point. It's literally like sales. You pitch in either your pickup line, or you can pitch in something that you want to say to them. If it works, it works. If it doesn't.
What about compliments? Do you have a strategy about that?
Well, compliments, there's never a strategy behind compliments. If you find the person attractive, for me personally, if I find the person attractive, I'll go out and tell the person, listen, you're good looking. You know, there's nothing that I'll do it in a very cheesy way or, you know, very corny way or such. You know, where the girl feels uncomfortable after giving a compliment. I don't want, you know, the person to feel that way. But, you know, it also depends sometimes at situations, you know. And if you're going out on a date and she's looking fabulous, just tell her. You're not going to wait the next day saying, hey, listen, you were gorgeous last night. Makes no sense. You know, the effect, the essence of it just completely dissipates. So.
At the right moment. So, yeah. I guess if you went on a date, even if it's a hookup date, what would you expect?
Well, in terms of the person or in terms of the date?
Both, I guess. What like the date?
Well, to be quite honest, I've gone on a couple of dates. It's usually been a very subtle one. I usually take them out for lunch, a bit of bowling as well. You know, something that they can ease into as well. You know, it's a great icebreaker. You know, you can't be like, hey, listen, let's go for bungee jumping. You know, and the person's scared of heights. Yeah, let's go for skydiving right now. You know, that'll just completely.
I wanted to do that actually. In Thailand, but then I changed. I'm gonna do paragliding instead.
Paragliding, yeah. I've never done skydiving. I've done paragliding before. Yeah, I'm scared of heights, so I can't.
Paragliding scary?
Paragliding, well, it was with someone, so I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't get scared.
Tandem, or do you have to do a course?
You have to do a course.
Yeah. I'm gonna try it once, but maybe in Nepal.
Probably, yeah.
Because there are no mountains.
So that's why I just keep it simple.
Yeah.
Don't be like, listen, you know, we're gonna go fucking scuba diving right now, and a bunch of sharks and stingrays around.
Yeah.
If the person's an adrenaline junkie, it might just hit off. You know, you may never know.
Yeah.
But yeah, keep it simple at the first stage.
And a lot of guys expect to get laid on Tinder. Like, do you have a time frame for that, or an
Tinder was initially made for this purpose. It was initially made for the hookup kind of genre. But then over time, as people progressed, as Tinder progressed as well, I think, you know, it's become more open-minded. People have become more accepting, where, you know, it's not only that you have to sleep with someone, you know, and there's no time frame as such. I think, as far as I know, people on Tinder, like my friends, yeah, they've hooked up with people. It's only happened when there's a mutual consent. I mean, obviously, then it's sexual harassment if it doesn't go that way. But it's always worked with them in ways. For me, it has. Sometimes when I wanted it to, and the other person has as well. But at the same time, for me, at the other hand, not so much. Sex is not a necessity. Understand? It's not that I need it. It's a desire. It can happen whenever you want. If the other person also feels the same, then yeah, you know, you can head towards the direction. But if it's uncalled for, then yeah, you know, we're accepting a backlash. So for me, there's no time frame as such. I personally believe that if you have a genuine connection, then it goes ahead. If it doesn't, why push it? I mean, you know, you can't force someone to love you. You can't force someone to sleep with you. That never works that way.
How many people it led to that when you
Well, I've had a couple of people force me into it, which is kind of strange.
Forcing.
Yeah, like they're like, you know, these backpackers that come down for like a day or two, and they're like, listen, you gotta meet me. I have to meet you, and I'm like, you know, I'm kind of busy. I'm at work, and
But
like
do they want you to have sex or they just wanted to meet you?
they wanted to have sex. They've been like, I've been sexually deprived for a while. I've been trekking and
They actually
traveling.
said that?
Yeah. You won't imagine, women are pretty open. It's surprising to see. It could be because they're travelers.
Where are they from?
European, most of
The
them.
US?
US as well. Canada, Canadians as well.
Yeah.
Canadians are pretty out open as well. Yeah, they spit it out there.
What did you respond? How did you respond?
Well, I'm at work. You know, there's not much I can do. And they're asking for like, I'm flying the night. Can I see you during the day? And I'm like, it's a fucking, it's a business day. I'm working today. I can't really meet you, but.
Were they disappointed or they like whatever?
Yeah, they blocked me. Two of them blocked me, unmatched me instantly. I was like, okay, because I said no and I got unmatched. So I was like, wow, sex is a necessity for them. So yeah.
What about, were there any awkward situations, like false profiles that you came across?
They've when it comes to Thailand, there are a lot of them actually. Well, I've never personally encountered a situation where, you know, like someone's texted me and said meet up, and I land up there and they're not there. That's never happened with me. Touch wood, you know. I don't want that happening, but there have been fake profiles. There have been profiles where they'll just swipe right, and even in their bio they'll be like, not the first one to send a message, so drop me a message and stuff. So I'll be like, okay, I got on my way. I'll be like, hey, how's it going? And no response for like a year. You know, so it's pointless. Sometimes you feel, why do you swipe right if there's not going to be any conversations?
And do you meet any lady boys either just on the picture? Or
They're very open about it. They'll tell you on their profile itself. If they're a lady boy, they'll say lady boy. You know, here to not have a dirty chat, just to make friends. They do that. They're very open about it.
are there some who don't?
Some don't. Yeah, my friend. Actually, there was a situation where my friend actually swiped right. He just flew in. He was from India as well, and he can't differentiate between a girl and a guy and like a lady boy. You know,
Especially
like,
here.
yeah, the very makeup can take you places. So yeah, he swiped right. He had a conversation. He ended up going on a date, not realizing it's still a guy.
Yeah.
Till they reached the bedroom, and then he realized it's a guy, and he flipped his shit. So he
But
told
do
me,
you have the operation on the breast and everything?
yeah, they have. They've got a good job
So
done.
the one who he met did
The
he
one
have-
he met, she had a dick as well.
But she had real
She had
breasts?
boobs. No, she didn't have. None of them had real breasts. They're not transgenders.
Yeah.
They're the ones that are guys that are born female. And transgenders might as well have natural. That's what I'm assuming. But ladyboys, not so much.
Did he get angry or he just got scared?
Well, I remember he coming running back to my room because he was like, because he was staying at Lebro as well, and I stay at Lebro, so he was in a different room. And then she came over and he came running out in my room, and he was like, close the door, close the door.
Yeah.
I was like, what happened? It's a fucking lady boy. I was like, oh. I saw it coming. I knew it. I just didn't tell him. I wanted him to learn a lesson because he's a sleaze. So yeah, they need to learn the lesson. Sometimes.
Maybe the ladyboy's behavior was feminine because sometimes they're direct.
They're very direct. That's what he told me. She went out of her way to give him a number. You know, meet up.
Yeah.
You know, even buy a couple of treats here and there.
So he wasn't kind of surprised by that because most girls.
He thought Bangkok's so accepting. The people here are so accepting, so he thought it's normal.
Yeah.
So he just went with
glad.
it. Yeah, so completely lashed back at him. It's pretty funny, yeah.
But you never had experiences like
Never personally.
that. Do you use other websites like Blender or OkCupid or POF?
I've heard of them, nah, not so much. No. I've used one just once. OkCupid.
Did you prefer it to Tinder?
It just didn't. It faded out. I was more on Tinder than this one.
It
Yeah,
doesn't have the visual element.
probably. Yeah. I used it only once. That too when I was in the toilet. I was just nothing to do, and my friends like, I'm on OkCupid, because it's more used in the States than here.
Yeah.
Tinder's more frequently used here and around, I think. Yeah.